Baltimore City Police arrested a third teenager today. This teenager admits to helping a 29-year-old, killing actually a 29-year-old who was riding his bike home through Waverly. He was involved. 3 teens already in custody, but officers say that there are more suspects.
Listen, if you've ever been to James Joyce in Harbor East, you know Robbie Ponzi. He was coming home on his bike when he was attacked. ABC 2 News' Catherine Hawley stood on that same ground in the snow tonight.
Loved ones got together tonight where Rob Ponzi was violently attacked. He would have turned 30 years old today. And while there were candles and singing, this vigil was not the birthday celebration his family wanted. They stood in the cold, letting the tears fall and feeling numb.
There was no need for this to occur. Robbie would have given up the bike, the wallet, the cell phone, whatever they had asked for, including the shirt off his back. There was no need to escalate it to this level.
Rob Ponzi's mother, Dawn, says she's heartbroken and trying to make sense of the violent attack that left her 29-year-old son dead.
Just very upset by the set of circumstances that took him too early.
Rob was riding his bike home Saturday night after getting off work at the James Joyce pub in Harbor East. Minutes from home, near the intersection of Old York Road and Venable Avenue, police say Rob was surrounded by a group. A few witnesses saw it all happen.
He had his bike in his hand. He was waving it at the guys. He was trying to get away from them, but they kept circling him. They wouldn't leave him alone.
Charging documents say the group started punching and kicking Rob, then one pulled out a large knife and started stabbing him. They stole Rob's wallet, cell phone, and bicycle before running away. 17-year-old Antoine Eldridge, 16-year-old Daquan Middleton, and 15-year-old Prince Green are charged in the brutal ambush.
They should have been looking forward to proms and driver's licenses and sports at school, and not this.
People came together to share their pain and offer support.
All families everywhere that are going through this same turmoil, oh God, that you would give them peace as well.
Praying for peace on a night that should have been a celebration for Rob. Amen. Tuesday, he was supposed to turn 30 years old.
It's unreal that we're doing this for his birthday, when I should have been calling him and making a plan to take him out or just stop out and see him or something.
She says the entire family is grateful 3 people have been charged in the crime, and now they just want justice.
I would hope the other teenagers come forward and own what happened. We can't change the circumstances, but it would bring peace to the family.
According to charging documents, Eldridge, Middleton, and Green all admitted to robbing and beating Rob. Green told police he used his knife to stab the 29-year-old. All 3 have been charged as adults. But police say the 3 teens did not act alone, and officers are still looking for others. If you know anything, please call police.
New developments surrounding a brutal attack in North Baltimore. Police arrest a 3rd teenager who they say confessed to murdering a young man biking home from work. WJZ and Mike Shue are live in Harbor East, outside the pub where the victim worked, with details on a vigil held last night. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, everyone. 29-year-old Robert Ponzi worked here at the James Joyce pub. He was to celebrate his 30th birthday this weekend with his family. Now, instead, they're looking for answers. Stabbed and left to die.
Can't fathom this kind of action out of boys this age.
Dawn Ponzi is trying to come to grips with a brutal beatdown that left her 29-year-old son dead.
Was he alone? What was his final moments? You know, why?
Saturday night, Rob Ponzi leaves work at James Joyce Pub in the Harbor East and bikes home through the Waverly community. There, he's met by a group of teens. Ponzi stops his bicycle in the area of Old York Road and Venable Avenue, and some sort of verbal confrontation breaks out. Police say that's when the group assaulted, stabbed, and robbed Ponzi. Charging documents show that the teens yell, and then they say get his wallet, and that Ponzi tried to get them away by swinging his bike back and forth. Emergency calls shed light on Ponzi's struggle just before he dies.
Critical, doesn't look good. His priority what? Not sure what hospital yet.
The 3 teens arrested and charged are Antoine Eldridge, Daquan Middleton, and now Prince Green. Green is the son of a Waverly activist. Police say he confessed to stabbing the victim.
You've ruined your families as well as mine. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't show up for an emotional vigil last night. Mourning the loss of a young man who loved cycling.
It's unreal that we're doing this for his birthday.
Ponzi's family tells us that they're grateful for the arrest, but they also say that some families never get justice. I'm Mike Hsu, WJZ Eyewitness News, reporting live. Lynn, back to you.
Mike, thank you. All 3 teens have been charged as adults with first and second-degree murder. They're being held without bond.
6:51, a mother outraged and a brother hopeful this morning, waiting to learn the fate of 2 young men convicted in connection with a man's death.
Yeah, you may remember this one as a high-profile case. Last January, 29-year-old Robert Ponzi was on his way home from work when he was murdered, attacked, knocked off his bike. ABC2's Cassie Carlisle is live at the courthouse in downtown Baltimore, where those 2 men are expected to be sentenced later today.
Yes, later today, 18-year-old Antoine Eldridge and 17-year-old Daquan Middleton will be sentenced in connection with Robert Ponzi's death. Now, his mother, Ponzi's mother, went to Facebook outraged that the 2 men were not convicted of murder and that they filed to be tried in juvenile court. Now, I spoke with Antoine's brother, who defended him, saying Antoine was in the wrong place at the wrong time, just trying to be there for his friend Daquan, who was stabbed in the attack. Antoine's brother said his family is hoping for the best today, but is preparing for the worst. Now, you may remember last year on January 9th, Ponzi was riding his bicycle home from his job in Harbor East when he was attacked by a group of 5 to 7 teens. They stole his bike and stabbed him to death. Antoine and Daquan left with the bike and called police to help Daquan, who was stabbed in the calf. Now, those men face charges of involved with robbery, conspiracy, assault, and theft. Now, that could be a maximum of 55 years in prison.